Okay, so I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but it's fine because I'm used to it and I've already gotten hate for it when I've gone into this already. These are the issues that I have with what Candace Owens is saying, okay? And you can go ahead and call me a shill for Israel, even though I've repeatedly said I'm not pro-Israel. And that doesn't mean that I don't wish the nation of Israel well or believe that they have a right to exist, because I do. I'm just frankly consumed with being pro-America. Like, that is where my heart is. That's where my mind is. And I'm an American citizen, so I'm pro-America. And I wish we talked more about America and cared more about America. But go ahead and call me whatever you want, okay? So my issues with Candace Owens, and listen, I don't even hate Candace Owens either. I feel like I have to preface all of this. Candace Owens was one of the first people I got into when I left the Democrat Party back in 2020. I read her book, Blackout. I have it. And she was one of the first people that I really loved and followed. And obviously she has changed quite a bit since then, but I still catch her show. And I love her coverage on Harvey Weinstein. Like, I think she's correct on that. I don't hate this woman. But the issue that I have with her coverage of Charlie Kirk's assassination, everything she's done since Charlie Kirk's assassination, is that I also have questions about the official FBI narrative. I also think that a lot of it does not make sense to me. But there is a distinction. There is a huge gray area between asking questions, saying that we need more answers, and also then coming out and accusing TPUSA or accusing the nation of Israel when she has presented zero evidence, no evidence. At that point, when you are either implicitly or explicitly throwing other entities and people under the bus, you're not just asking questions. You're not just investigating and looking for the truth. You've already, in your mind, found the answers. And really, your entire investigation is just, oh, I found a motive. And so now that person or that entity or that nation is guilty. What? You don't conclude an investigation because you think that you found the motive. You need to present evidence. And so far, she has presented zero evidence. And in fact, yesterday, she was caught in a lie because on Tuesday, she came out and shared footage from 2022 of the alleged shooter, body cam footage. He got in an accident. And in this footage, he uses the word car. And that was on Tuesday, Candace's big thing. Oh, see, he doesn't use the word vehicle. He uses the word car. But in that same body cam footage, if you just keep watching, he uses the word vehicle. So that is either deceptively editing, or it's just that you and your team are so lazy and sloppy that you couldn't be bothered to watch the full 7 minutes of body cam footage. Neither of those is really a great explanation that reflects really well on you. So it's things like that, where she knows this video exists. She has used it as evidence of the fact that the shooter would not use the word vehicle in common conversation. But then actually in this video, he does use the word vehicle in conversation. So it's not the craziest thing in the world that maybe he wrote it in a text. I don't know. That's not me saying that the FBI's narrative is 100. I'm simply saying that right there is exactly what we claim legacy media does to us. They deceptively edit things when it doesn't fit their narrative, and then they present it to you as truth. That is what Candace Owens did this week. And so then that calls into question everything else that she has said. And also a lot of what she has presented, it's not evidence. It's just theories and connections and speculation, which is okay. But you are turning people away from TPUSA. And if that were me, I would want to be 100% sure that in the pursuit of truth of my best friend's assassination, if I'm going to throw his organization, which now his widow runs, under the bus, I'm going to be 100% sure. And again, she has presented zero evidence. And I see it all in the comments of her videos. People saying no one can be trusted, including TPUSA. I'm so disappointed in them. You're turning people away from his organization. Candace Owens has even gone so far as to say that Charlie Kirk's entire life, she's beginning to think it's the Truman Show. We're talking about this man's legacy, the people he trusted, his close friends, his associates. His wife is implicated in this, which Candace Owens claimed to have been close to his wife because she knew Charlie before he met Erica. But Erica's in charge of this organization now. So if you're throwing TPUSA under the bus, you're throwing Erica Kirk under the bus. And there's an ongoing investigation. there is going to be a prosecution. A lot of what TPUSA says could impact that negatively. And I think they're being careful with their words. And you may not like the results of the investigation. You may not like the results of the prosecution. Like, I get it. We may never know the full answers. And that's not me telling you to lay down and take it. But again, if you're going to cast aspersions on TPUSA or on a foreign nation, and I'm not here to protect anybody, like, I don't really have a dog in this fight. I just want to honor the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk. And so if I'm going to start saying things, I would want to be really 100% sure that I have evidence to back this up. Maybe she does. I wish she would release it before I start turning people away from his organization. And I keep hearing people say the same thing. If God forbid I were murdered, I would want a best friend on the case like Candace Owens. She's the only one in pursuit of the truth. Frankly, I don't know if I would. If you're going to sit there after my death and say that my whole life might have been a lie and everybody I loved and trusted might have betrayed me, I'm not really sure if I want a friend like that on the case. Again, unless that friend is 100% correct, and she may well be. But she needs to provide the evidence, because right now, in my view, what she is doing is causing more harm than good, because people are going to turn away from TPUSA because of this. It has already happened. So there is, my point being, a big gray, people act, again, social media is where nuance goes to die. It's all black and white. It's one extreme or the other. Either you're taking it lying down and you're being paid by Israel and you're just a little meek mouse who's going to take whatever official narrative is given to you, or you're strong and you have a backbone and you're going to accuse Israel without evidence, and you're going to accuse TPUSA without evidence, and you're going to be a strong fighter. And it's like, there's a big gray area in between where no, you don't have to lay down and take whatever the government gives you. You can ask questions, you can investigate. But you also don't have to throw Charlie's entire legacy under the bus, including his wife. Sorry, his wife is implicated in all of this because she's in charge. So that's my view. That's my view. I'm sticking to it. And I can already see the hate comments coming in. That's fine. Go ahead and say that I'm paid for by Israel, whatever. But that's my view. I think we excuse a lot of bad behavior on the right, on the Christian right, with, oh, she's just in pursuit of the truth. I'm just in pursuit of the truth, so it's fine. I'm being strong, so it's fine. And actually, we excuse a lot of un-Christ-like behavior with that. Not saying I don't do that as well. Just saying an observation right there. That's my opinion. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.